Hey guys, my name is Leonardo Madrigal from Left Handed Matters, and today we're going to be reacting and breaking down the song Promises by Maverick City. They featuring Joel Barnes and Naomi Raine. So this is pretty interesting. I got a notification from my little tribal app about the song, so I thought, why not make a video about it? It looks promising. I love what they have to offer. I know Maverick City music pretty well. I've listened to all their songs so far except for this one. So I'm excited to see what it sounds like. If you're new to my channel, I'm a Christian singer, songwriter, and producer myself, and I believe that no music is free from interpretation and critique and analysis, especially contemporary Christian music. So if you are up to that, welcome to my channel. This is what I'm going to be talking about, giving you a different perspective through kind of like a songwriter, producer kind of lens. Mainly just what happens in my mind when I'm watching these kind of things or hearing new songs. But if critiquing religious material or just talking about religious stuff in general offends you or gets you upset, it's probably not the video for you. Other than that, though, I think we should jump into this because it's 10 minutes long. And let's do it.
Through the ages, God of Abraham, you're the God of covenant and faithful promises.
I was not expecting him to go that low.
Time and time again, you have proven you'll do just what you said. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faith.
Okay, before they get into this, I really like that pre-chorus. It's like this, it really flows, and you're not really expecting it. It has almost like this R&B kind of feel to it when he's singing. So far though, if I were to judge the song just on the first minute, it's a slow burn. It's not really picking up. At least it's starting to pick up right now. But I just don't hear anything different than what other people are already doing. But this is what I kind of expect from Maverick City so far, because this is kind of their style. This is their element. It's very passionate, obviously very close quarters kind of music. Not to say that they're not passionate at all or anything. But yeah, let's see where this goes. I'm hoping this picks up. I'm gonna go back a little bit.
My heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me.
Got this weekend though.
Is your faithfulness to me. From the rising sun to the setting, same I will praise your name.
That's how good he is.
Great is your faithfulness to me. Oh.
Okay, and then they go back and they're gonna repeat it all over again. It's just because I'm trying to find something entertaining to say in a video, unless it's just gonna be me like this for like 5 minutes. But there's one thing to say. They're so passionate in what they do. All their little quirks, all their little aneurysms, and their body language just explodes with passion. Even though they're so small, you can definitely see that they're so into it. They don't care who's watching. They don't really care what the social norm is when you're supposed to do. They're just doing their own thing. And that's what I kind of like about it. They've always kind of been that way. Like, it just doesn't matter. You know, like, we're not doing this so we can look cool. We're doing this for God, and that's awesome. Speaking of cool, does this heart say Frank on it? Oh, Jesus.
God from age to age, though the earth may pass away, your word remains the same.
That part sounds like Lucas Graham's song, once I was 20 years old. It kind of sounds like that. I don't know, just my head, just what I'm thinking.
Yeah, your history can prove there's nothing you can't do. You're faithful and true. Though the storms may come and the winds may blow, I'll remain.
I love the toms that the drums are playing, because he's kind of saying like when the storm comes through, it kind of fits that kind of vibe. It's like that thunderous kind of storm. I don't know.
Steadfast and let my heart learn when you speak a word, it will come to pass. Great is your faithfulness to me. Oh, great is your faithfulness from the rising sun to the setting same I will wait.
I will say this song is really pretty. It does a lot of things really, really well. It's just not catching my attention. It's just not grabbing me. It's already 3 minutes in, and I don't know. I'm not trying. I'm really not trying to dislike the song. It's just not going anywhere so far for me.
Your name, great is your faithfulness.
Don't get me wrong. I love watching them though. I love this energy that they have and this passion that they're all closing their eyes. They're all into this. I love that. I'm not critiquing them as people. I'm just trying to critique the song itself.
Honest to me, your faithfulness, it never runs out. Yeah, it never runs out.
There you go.
Your faithfulness, it never runs out. Never runs out.
See that? I don't think I've ever paid attention to people when they kind of do those runs. But look at her mouth. So much control.
Your faithfulness, it never runs out. Never runs out. It never runs out.
So much control. I've never seen that before. It's like her jaw and her lips. It's like she's controlling them separately, and her tongue. I don't think I've ever paid attention to someone singing like that. Do they all do that, or is it just her?
Runs out. I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground, my hope and firm foundation. He'll never let me down. No. I put my faith in Jesus, my anchor to the ground.
Okay, they're gonna build up. I'm having a really hard time with these lyrics, and they're bugging me. It's just really generic. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I love what you guys are doing, but this is just... The song's called Promises, by the way. So I go in here thinking about God's promises. But the imagery that they're putting out is still the same imagery that everyone is saying. The anchor, I'm not going to let me down when the storm comes, when the current hits, when the waves come, when the ocean. It's like the seasons, and it's like... It's not disappointing, but it's like... You guys create such beautiful melodies and such beautiful sounds. Why stop there? Jesus, I almost choked on my own joke.
He's my hope and firm foundation. He'll never let
Never let me down. I know, that's obviously a promise from God. how many songs say that? I don't know. And then I put my trust in Jesus. Every song has the iteration of I trust you, I trust in you, I put my trust in you. I'm loving this guy's face. I'm loving this guy so far. He's so into it. So if this is the chorus right here, they should have done this. 3 minutes ago. They sing the chorus. This is the third time they've sang the chorus, I believe. I feel like this moment here should have already happened. Except as an audience, as a viewer, someone who's just listening to this, especially from a songwriting kind of perspective, we've had to go through 5 minutes to get to this big moment. And to be honest, it's not a huge moment. There's not a lot happening. It's just everyone's all of a sudden more excited. Everyone's more passionate. I just feel like this moment could have came a lot sooner within the song, and I feel like it would have wrapped me up a little bit sooner, because we still have 5 minutes left, 6 minutes almost left of the song. Just saying, for me personally, we're 5 minutes in, and only probably a minute and a half of it, I've really felt like the passion of the song and the character breakthrough. And I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel.
From the rising sun, to the setting sun, I will praise your in every season. Great is your faithfulness. To say I put my faith in Jesus.
A lot of control, a lot of great leadership here. Because you have a lot of people doing a lot of things, especially when you have dual singers. You never want to step on anyone's toes, but they're so good at kind of conducting everyone and conducting this audience and conducting the listener. Like, you know, saying, I put my faith, and then everyone comes in with that, I put my faith. And the guy did the same exact thing for his little part too. Really good. Engagement to the crowd and kind of speaking out like that. And kind of, it's a very kind of gospel thing, like this kind of call and response kind of a thing. More songs, more churches. I guess this is more like for a live experience. More churches need that leadership. It needs those call outs. Because sometimes, and I'm totally guilty of this, I'll be into a song, we're playing it, I think we're going to be repeating a part of the song, but then it goes back to the chorus, or it like dies down really, really deep because, you know, someone needs to speak or something like that, and I don't pay attention. Those call outs really work. Now she's trying to build up. She's literally saying, come on, let's get to it. I love how much fun she's having. She does not care who's watching. She's into it. That's awesome stuff right there. I'm betting my life on it that at that moment, everyone in that room felt a really good rush. Like they were just like, ooh, like that build up led to this great is your faith, and everyone's singing their heart out. I'm pretty sure they all got the chills for that, and it's so satisfying. From where I'm sitting, um, it just sounded like what they did already. It's my biggest complaint so far. It's just hasn't captured my attention, and like just kind of froze right there. Let's continue because we still have about 4 minutes left. I just gonna pause this before it goes too long. They're getting into it, man. I'll look at this guy with the camera in the background. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm getting this on film." They're getting into it. I love one thing that I noticed about this so far is that the musicians are so aware of everything that's happening. Especially this guy here. He's looking around all the time. He's watching and waiting for people's reactions. He's probably listening to what's going on. He wants everyone to be on the same page, especially before we saw right here. Oh, right here. Where is it at? You see right there, he just looked back. He's paying attention. Of course, the drummer is in his own world, like every drummer is, just doing his own thing, hitting sticks. Oh, the stick face! Oh, I gotta pause it. Look at that. I love seeing that.
In the middle of my storm, in the middle of my trial, I'll still bless you.
She's okay. This is pretty good. This is like the call and response thing that I'm talking about. Definitely like a gospel vibe here. But basically, she's riffing. I don't know if this is written lyrics or not, but she's kind of singing her heart out. She's the only one singing. She can her diction and enunciation, her pacing of the words. She can do whatever she wants with it. But the catch is at the end of every line. What do they say?
When I'm in the middle of the road and I don't know which way to go,
I still bless you. So there's that call and response. So she says something, doesn't matter what's going on, the storm, the trials, but I still bless you. Then the choir goes, I still bless you. And then she goes back into this whole thing. Then the choir goes back, I still bless you. It's really good. This is probably one of my favorite parts so far of the song. Really is this little section here. Even that piano guy was playing a different little melody for this part that changed so much because he's just not him, but the song itself has been pretty repetitive. So adding that, it's almost like a new section of the song. Like we got verse, chorus, then bridge, chorus, and then we got bridge, chorus, and I think we have bridge, chorus again, and then now we're like on this outro part, or maybe like a second bridge or something like that. This is pretty good.
I still bless you. I'll still bless you. Oh, I've got a reason to bless you, yeah. I've got a reason to bless you. I've got a reason to bless your name.
The song should have been called I Still Bless You.
You've been faithful. You've been so good to me. You've been so good. Come on, just lift up your praise. Just lift up your worship to him. You've been so good.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, that leadership. Come on, lift up your hands, lift up your praise. That kind of talk, that engagement with the audience. You don't understand how much control someone on the stage has to an audience. I mean, there's been countless shows where I've gone to, and they can say whatever. lift your hands up, scream with me. Like it doesn't. You don't know why you're doing it. You just do it. You just automatically do it. It just feels good. It just feels freeing. You feel a part of it, and it's not like this. He's controlling or she's controlling kind of thing. It's just like this participation that you want to be in engaged with, and it's so good that she's doing this with this audience because she's the one leading the song right now. Well, she's been leading the song pretty much the entirety of it. But this moment, she's definitely putting the song through its paces. She's singing out. She's doing her own little riffs. So it's really good at that moment to let everybody know, come on, it's time to build up. Like, get into it. It's not just me, which is really good. I like that. And everyone's just kind of singing out their own song. That's really beautiful. I will give credit to this. We're almost done. Should we just write it out? No, I'm gonna talk. I will give credit. There's a lot of parts in this song that you can go back to, which is pretty relevant. Like they have like that pre-chorus from The Rising Sun to the great is your faithfulness, which is the chorus, and then that bridge. I forgot what the bridge was, but I'll still bless you, that part. So they can really jump anywhere within the song, and it kind of gives this really cool dynamic. It's like this free flowing spirit kind of thing, because you can just shout out the verse real quick, and then everyone in the band, everyone in the audience will understand that, okay, we're going to this part now. And it doesn't skip a beat. Like it doesn't feel awkward. It doesn't feel like you're trying to force it, because everything just kind of flows natural. Which is one of the highlights of doing kind of like a stripped down song with pianos and acoustic and just a bass and drum. Except you don't need to worry about like a click track. You don't need to worry about like pads. You don't need to worry about like these lead lines and delays and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if they're using one or if this is like an actual live like free live performance, or if they have earpieces in that's keeping them in time. But they're doing great with the flow of it. Let's continue before I speak. Wraps it up. Okay, we just listened to Promises. That was the song. That was. Let's start with some positive stuff. The song was super easy to catch on to. I'm pretty sure if you look up tabs for it, people can catch on to it like nothing. And that's the appeal of this kind of genre. That's the appeal of this, or the purpose of this, is to just create songs that are powerful, that are meaningful, that no matter how you play it, you can build up from it, that every section of the song you can always go back to if you need to. The singers are absolutely great. Joel Barnes and Naomi Raine were awesome. They both have ridiculous range, but I think if the girl was Naomi, she definitely stole it. She stole the show. She was awesome. I love the control that they had, because it's so easy to lose track of where you're at as a musician, as a singer, especially when like the spirit's flowing and you don't know what the next part is. Maybe you're just not quite, I wouldn't say in tune with the spirit, but you need direction, and they definitely did a great job. Everyone was super aware of what was happening, which was a great thing. People were having fun. It was definitely more of like the passionate side. I don't think this is a song to dance to. It definitely has like this more passionate kind of longing forward to it. That really works. But let's get to some critiques. And remember, before you guys get mad and try to type something, this is really just my opinion of what I think, kind of the values that I see in songs and that I don't. So it's all different. That's the point of music. It's the point of art. Everyone can interpret it differently. But first off, the song is just way too repetitive. And again, this could be like because it's a live environment, it's totally different than if you were listening to it. I understand, but at the same time, um, I think without it repeating, the song is about 6 minutes long. And these songs that are like slow burns need to have something catchy, need to have something, and this is from a songwriting perspective, it needs to have something that'll grab your attention right off the bat. It needs to be like a melody or a lead line, something you can hum or whistle to. And then you throw that in the beginning, you sprinkle it throughout the chorus, and then when when the instrumental part comes again, um, that melody comes back. And that's why like electronic pop music or dubstep, when they have the drops, they like to reuse the same sample or like the same melody, and it gets stuck in your head. Um, just for me, it's what it needed. I felt. Again, this has nothing to do with the singers and their passion, but I would have totally appreciated something to catch my attention, something to make my ears perk up, something like if I'm in a different room and I hear it, I go, "What was that?" Like, and I just didn't quite get that. It just kind of all felt like one, and that's also a positive thing, but it also kind of just felt like one continuous voice. It just felt like one voice was singing, and it just felt like everyone was so in tune, everyone was so together, everyone was hitting their marks, but no one was doing their own thing. And I'm trying to say it without judging what they were doing. Nothing stood out, for lack of a better words. Especially if you're gonna have a 10-minute song. My interest only perked up around like the 7-minute mark or the 8-minute mark when they decided to do something completely different. I'm not saying that it's not effective, especially for the audience. We saw how effective it was, but for me personally, it didn't do it. It didn't do it. I want the star to shine. When Naomi Raine, I believe, was singing, she was the star that was shining. She was what caught my attention anytime she opened her mouth. And those earlier, she was doing those runs that were just so amazing. But other than that, yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. Hopefully you guys learned something. Thanks for enjoying this experience with me. If you guys have some new contemporary worship songs or just any Christian songs in general that are recent and new that you want me to react to, leave it below in the comments. And thanks for listening. See ya.